Good morning, student. Today I am going to explain the new topic, potentiometer. And this topic is very important for the point of view of board examination. And student, so what is potentiometer? So potentiometer is a device which can be used to determine the unknown EMF of the cell or potential difference between 2 points accurately. Construction of potentiometer. It consists of a long wire AB. It consists of a long wire AB of uniform cross section, usually 4 meter or 10 meter length of the wire are used, and these wire which is made by a material which have high resistivity and low temperature coefficient such as manganese or constantan. And student, usually 1 meter long wire, usually 1 meter long, separate pieces of the wire are fixed on the wooden board parallel to each other, and these separate pieces of wire which are joined in series with a thick copper strip. This is the thick copper strip, and thick copper strip. So student, here we have taken the length of the wire which is 400 centimeter, that is what, 4 meter, and the two end of the potentiometer wire here, that is what, A and B. End A is connected to battery, strong battery B1 and key K and rheostat RH. This circuit is known as auxiliary circuit or driving circuit, which send the constant current into the potentiometer wire, and there will be drop of potential into the potentiometer wire when we join the one end of the voltmeter to end A, and another point of the voltmeter is connected to jockey J, you know that, and this voltmeter measure the potential difference V of L length of the wire. This voltmeter, when potential continuously drop from A point to B point, so there will be a potential difference can be measured by a voltmeter. There one point is connected to A, another point connected to J. When jockey is touched to the L length of the potentiometer wire, and this potential difference of L length of the voltmeter measure, that is what, V. And student, this is the same circuit for a potentiometer wire. Now, what is the basic principle of potentiometer wire? Principle of potentiometer wire. The basic principle of potentiometer wire, which is when a constant current flow through a wire of uniform cross-sectional area and composition. When a constant current flow through a wire of uniform area of cross-section and composition, the potential drop across any length of the wire is directly proportional to that length. It means what? V is directly proportional to what? L. Basic principle of potentiometer is what? Once again, when a constant current flow through a wire of uniform cross-sectional area and composition, the potential drop across any length of the wire is directly proportional to that length, and this is the principle of potentiometer. And using Ohm's law, V equal to what? IR. L length of the wire which is measured by the voltmeter on the potentiometer wire, which is using here Ohm's law, V equal to IR, and you know that R, that is what? Rho L by what? A. Student. And here constant current pass through a potentiometer wire of uniform area of cross section and composition. It means what? I, rho and A, that is what? Constant. I, rho that is what? Resistivity. I, rho and A, that is what? Constant. And that constant, that is known as what? K, potential gradient. So I, rho A, that is what? Known as what? K, which is known as potential gradient. Potential gradient. So putting the value of I, rho by A equal to K in this equation, so it comes out to be, that is what? V comes out to be that V equal to, that is what? Constant. It means this constant, that is what? K. So I, rho by A, that is what? Constant. This constant is known as potential gradient. So we put here, that is what? K, that is what? L, and this is the what? Constant, and this is known as what? Potential gradients. Or we can say that V is directly proportional to L, and this is the principle of potentiometer. Fall of potential across any length of the wire is directly proportional to that length, provided when a constant current flow through a wire of uniform area of cross section and composition. So V directly proportional to L. This is the principle of potentiometer. And if you plot a graph between, so what is potential gradient? Potential gradient, that is next, that is what? Potential gradient. Potential gradient. What is potential gradient? So student, we know that V equal to what? KL. So K equal to what? V by L. So potential gradient V equal to K by L. So potential gradient can be defined as fall of potential per unit length of the potentiometer wire. Potential gradient can be defined as fall of potential per unit length of the potentiometer wire, and its SI unit is what? Volt by meter. And student, if you plot a graph between, here V directly proportional to L, it means what? By increasing the length, potential difference continuously, that is what? Potential difference continuously dropping down from A to B. So if we plot a graph between V and L, if you plot a graph between V and L, if you plot a graph between V and straight line comes out to be that, and the slope of V by L, which gives that is what? Potential gradient. So if we plot a graph between potential difference and the length of the wire and straight line comes out to be that. So this is the explanation of potential gradient. New topic, that is what? There will be a two application of potentiometer, which is very important. So there will be two application of the potentiometer wire. First application, that is what? To compare the EMF of two primary cell. So two application of the potentiometer wire. Application of potentiometer. First application, compare the EMF of two primary cell. Compare the EMF. Compare the EMF of two primary cell. Two primary cell. So, and second one is to find the internal resistance of a primary cell. So, first of all, I have to explain first application of potentiometer. Compare the EMF of two primary cell. So, student, you already know the actual circuit of the potentiometer, which is what? This is the what? Potentiometer wire. Here we are using 400 meter wire, but we can take it 10 meter or 10 meter, means range of the potentiometer wire vary from 4 meter to 10 meter. So A and B, that is what? Potentiometer wire, which is joined with a thick copper strip. And battery, which is a strong battery, they will send the constant current in a potentiometer wire and continuously drop of potential takes place. Now we have to compare the EMF of two primary cell. The two primary cell whose EMF is compared, we have taken two primary cell whose EMF is E1 and E2. Their positive terminal is connected to point A. Here one primary cell, their positive terminal is connected to end A. Another primary cell whose EMF is E2, their positive terminal is also connected to end A. And the negative terminal, their negative terminal of two primary cell connected to galvanometer through a series high resistance, here, which is known as what? Resistance box. High resistance which are connected in series in the galvanometer to protect the excessive current flowing into the galvanometer. So there will be negative terminal of both cell is connected to galvanometer in series with a high resistance, which is shown by here RB, resistance box. And here 2A key are connected negative terminal of two cell through galvanometer by series resistance of resistance box, and the one point of the galvanometer is connected to a resistance box through 2A key through negative terminal of cell E1 and E2, and another end of the galvanometer is connected to student jockey J, which slide on the potentiometer wire, and we have to find the potential difference between A and J point. So circuit is completed. Those two cell whose EMF is compared, their positive terminal is connected to end A, their negative terminal is connected to galvanometer through a series high resistance RB, and another point of galvanometer is connected to jockey J. And student, here 2A key, but here both key, that is what? Open. This is the 2A key, both key are open. It means what? Both cell is not in the circuit. First case. Now insert the key between A and C. Now insert the key between A and C. It means what? Cell A2 is what? Open. Cell A2 is open and cell E1 is inserted into the circuit. So first case, when cell E1 is inserted into the circuit. When cell E1 is inserted into circuit, it means key is closed, A and C, and now student, first cell whose EMF or we have to find are inserted into the circuit by inserting the key in between A and C. Now student, touch the jockey, as in the case of what? As in the case of meter bridge. touch the jockey on the potentiometer wire. This auxiliary circuit send the constant current into the potentiometer wire. There will be drop of potential. Now touch the jockey on the potentiometer wire and suppose, students, see here, suppose that at L1 length from end A, suppose jockey J is touched on the potentiometer wire at J point, which is L1 distance from end A, and there will be no deflection in the galvanometer takes place. At L1 distance from end A, jockey is touched on the potentiometer. If there will be no deflection in the galvanometer, it means what? If there will be no deflection in the galvanometer, it means what? There will be no potential difference between 2 points of a galvanometer. It means potential at the both end of the galvanometer, that is what? Same. Due to this, there will be no flow of current. So students, see, when galvanometer shows no deflection, it means what? Straight needle source. It means what? One point of galvanometer that is connected to what? J. Another point of galvanometer is connected to RB, 2A connected to what? Point A. For negative terminal. It means what? If there will be no flow of the current through a galvanometer, it means what? Potential at this point, negative terminal, potential at this point, that is what? Same. Due to this, there will be no flow of there will be no flow of current through a galvanometer. So potential at negative terminal of the cell and potential at J, that is what? Same. And second case, and see here, positive terminal of the cell E1 which is connected to end A. So it means what? This is the what? Resistance less wire. Resistance less wire, it means what? Potential at this point and potential at this point, that is what? Same. So you see that potential at J and potential that negative terminal of the cell, potential at A and potential at positive terminal, that is what? Same. It means what? Potential difference between A and J, which is equal to potential difference between positive and negative terminal of the cell E1. It means what? This is the EMF of the cell, which is equal to the potential drop across the length of the wire between point A and J. So when no deflection takes place in the galvanometer, it means what? Potential difference across the L1 length of the wire, which is equal to what? EMF of the cell. So we can say that potential difference across length AJ, that is what? V, and which is equal to what? E1. Potential difference across the length AJ, which is equal to EMF of the cell. And student, if K is the potential gradient along the length of the potentiometer wire, so we know that V equal to what? K L. Already I have explained to you. V equal to KL, but here length of the wire, that is what? L1. So V equal to KL1. So E1 equal to what? KL1. So EMF of the first cell E1 is equal to KL1. In the same way, student, now key is open, A to C, that is what? Open. Now insert the key in between C and B. It means what? Cell E1 is what? Kept open, and cell E2 is inserted into the circuit, and same process is repeated. And suppose that, student, insert the key in between what? C and B. Cell E2 is in a circuit, and if we touch the jockey on the potentiometer wire and suppose that at L2 length, there will be no deflection in the galvanometer, it means what? Potential difference across L2 length, which is equal to EMF of the cell E2. So when cell E2 is inserted in the circuit, when cells E2 is inserted into the circuit, and suppose L2 length of the wire, null point is obtained, there will be no deflection in the galvanometer. It means what? Potential difference between L2 length of the wire, which is equal to EMF of cell E2. So in that case, V equal to, that is what? In the same way, V equal to what? E1, or that is what? In the same way, V equal to in the same way, V that is what? KL2, potential gradient, that is what? Constant, and that is what? E2, because null point is obtained at L2 length of the potentiometer wire. So in the same way as the first cell, we get the EMF of cell E2, which is equal to KL2, and this one is what? Equation 2. Divide equation 1 and 2. From 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, E1 by E2, which is equal to KL1 by KL2, K cancel out. So actual ratio of E1 and E2 comes out to be, which is equal to what? L1 by L2, and this is the formula for ratio of EMF of two primary cell E1 by E2 is equal to L1 by L2. In this way, you can derive the, you can find the, you can compare the EMF of two primary cell using potentiometer. Next application of potentiometer, that is to find the internal resistance of the cell. So this circuit doesn't change. A and B, that is what? Length of the potentiometer wire, and this is rheostat. Key K1, battery B1, send the constant current into the potentiometer wire. Now a cell whose EMF is E, internal resistance R, and a parallel resistance box is connected to this cell. So we have to find the internal resistance of this cell whose EMF is E, with the help of potentiometer wire. So student, K2, that is what? In first case, K2, that is what? Open. It means what? This resistance box, which is what? Not in the circuit. Only in the circuit, that is what? Cell internal resistance, galvanometer and jockey. So when K2 is kept open, when K2 kept open, so what will be? Now touch the jockey on the potentiometer wire, and suppose the student, in the same way as a previous case, suppose that at L1 length, when jockey touch on the potentiometer wire, there will be no deflection in the galvanometer. It means what? There will be no flow of current through a galvanometer. It means what? Potential at this point and potential at this point, that is what? Same. And potential at this point and the potential at this point, potential at this point and potential that same, and potential at this point and potential is this point. It means what? Potential difference across length L1, which is equal to EMF of the cell in the previous case as it is. So there will be a, suppose that at L1 length of the wire, there will be no deflection in the galvanometer by K2 kept open. So potential difference, which is equal to EMF of the cell, and if K is the potential gradient along the length of the wire, so that is what? In this case we can write down E, not E1, because single cell we have used. E equal to what? KL1. KL1, that is what? KL1, that is what? Potential difference across length L1, that is what V, and V, that is what? KL1, you know that. So this is equation 1. And student, now in second case, K2 kept closed. When K2 is closed, means key K2 is closed. Now, and we take out some resistance, from the resistance box, and student, and again we touch the jockey on the potentiometer wire, and suppose that from end A at L2 distance there will be no deflection in the galvanometer. It means what? Potential at this point and potential at this point, that is what? Same. And student, you know that when cell is drawing current, you know that V equal to what? E minus IR. When no current is drawn from the cell, it means what? I equal to 0. It means what? V equal to what? E. We have find out here V equal to what? E. When there will be no current flowing through them. And student, already you know that in case of a cell, when cell is discharging, current is drawn from the cell. When cell is discharging, it means what? Current is drawn from the cell. Then this is what? Terminal potential difference, which is equal to less than the EMF of the cell. It means what? Due to the drop in potential inside the cell. So here, when K2 kept closed, take out some resistance from the resistance box and jockey J is touch on the potentiometer wire, and suppose that at L2 length, null point is obtained on the potentiometer wire and there will be no deflection in the galvanometer. It means what? Potential at that point and potential at that point, that is what? Same. And this potential of said to be what? Terminal potential difference, and this terminal potential difference which is equal to what? Potential difference across length L2. So in this case, terminal potential difference which is equal to potential difference across L2 length, and we have written that is what? KL2. And this is equation to divide first and second. E by V equal to what? L1 by L2. And student, you know that internal resistance of a cell formula, internal resistance of cell R equal to small r equal to capital R, L1 by equal to R. E by V, you know that this formula already derived in topic of cell. So E by V, small r internal resistance of cell which is equal to external resistance R. E by V, EMF of the cell, E, potential difference, that is potential difference, terminal potential difference. So E by V I have calculated here, that is from equation 3. Put the value of E by V, required internal resistance formula comes out to be that E equal to R in E by V, that is what? L1 by L2 minus 1. And this is the formula for internal resistance of cell, which is small r equal to capital R in bracket L1 by L2 minus 1, and with the help of potentiometer we can find the internal resistance of a primary cell. Next topic is why potentiometer is better than voltmeter to measure the EMF of the cell. So student, you know that potentiometer is based on the null method device. At null point it does not draw any current from the cell. So, and potentiometer which is based on the null method, it does not draw any current from the cell, and there is no potential drop due to internal resistance of the cell. It measures the potential difference in an open circuit which is equal to EMF of the cell. Whereas voltmeter draws some current from the cell for its operation. So it measures the terminal potential difference in a closed circuit which is less than the EMF of the cell. This is the reason potentiometer is better than voltmeter. Last topic of this chapter, current electricity, sensitivity of a potentiometer. So how the sensitivity of a potentiometer can be increased? So student, sensitivity of potentiometer can be increased by decreasing the potential gradient, that is what? K. So there will be two processes to decrease the potential gradient, and sensitivity of potentiometer can be increased. And you know that potential gradient potential gradient K equal to what? V by L. So sensitivity of potentiometer can be increased by decreasing the potential gradient. So in first case, for a fixed potential difference, sensitivity of a potentiometer increased by decreasing the potential gradient. It means what for a fixed potential difference, potential gradient can be decreased by increasing the length of the potentiometer wire. That is why the large length of the wire is taken in the potentiometer wire, because its sensitivity is what increases. So first case, sensitivity of potentiometer can be increased by fix the potential difference, length of the potentiometer is what increases, potential gradient can be what decreases. So sensitivity of potentiometer can be increased in first case by increasing the length, potential gradient is what decreases. And second case, for potentiometer of fixed length, for a potentiometer wire of fixed length, potential gradient can be decreased by reducing the current in the wire with the help of rheostat. In this way, potential gradient can be what decreased and sensitivity of potentiometer can be increased. In the second case, for potentiometer wire of fixed length, potential gradient can be decreases by reducing the current into the potentiometer wire with the help of rheostat. So these two methods can be used to determine the sensitivity of potentiometer. Thank you.